Da, na, 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 na.
Hanging out, down the street, the same old thing. We did last week. Not a thing to do but talk to you. We're all right. We're all right. Hello, Wisconsin.
So listen, Henry Ruggs III got into a car accident. A, he was drunk as fuck, might add. Uh, twice the limit for blood alcohol level, to be exact. Driving his Corvette 159 miles per hour, crashing into a young woman, uh, killing her. Um, all right, so this is a situation where it's very polarizing. Like on one side, you're like, humans make mistakes. On the other side is like that human should never see the light of day ever again. Um, I'm not 100% sure which side I'm on because my thing is like I'm not going to be on my high horse about drunk driving because I've done it, you know. So my thing is I don't drive at high speeds, and I don't do it anymore. Well, I'd be lying if I said that too. My thing is I like stop drinking after a certain period of time, drink water or coffee instead. And if I'm still feeling the effects, I'll creep out and take a nap. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta sober up before I do any type of driving these days. So my thing is that I rarely can afford an Uber. So that's just me. However, with Henry Ruggs III, he is an NFL player. The NFL has programs where they know people are going to be out getting fucked up. They understand this. So they have a service where, to my understanding, they get you a ride home and they get a tow truck to tow your car to your house. That way, it's all good. You're home safe. Everyone's safe. That's the main point of having this service. The problem is that these players, sometimes coaches and management, they never think to use said service. And that is a major problem because it's like if you know you're going to go out and get you know hammered, that should be like the first contact in your contacts list above anything else because it's like you're not good to drive, so why would you even try to like risk it if you know you have this ace in the hole that might I add not a lot of people have, and if they do, it costs them money. Like it ain't gonna cost you anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But doing what you did, it cost a life. So it's like I'm not usually the one to, you know, sugarcoat dumbass mistakes because, like, if you knew better, you do better. And this is one of those cases where you know absolutely better and you chose not to do better. So this is just a dumbass decision that cost a young person's life. And it's absolutely tragic. But my thing is like we should not be treating Henry Ruggs as a criminal or anything like that because he made a dumbass decision. If anything, we should be treating him like a dumbass, but that's not going to bring that young woman back now, is it? So, given this situation, this motherfucker's career is over. He's been released by Vegas, and nobody's willing to pick up anybody like that unless you're Gary Jones. So that he can hope for. But the bottom line is that, you know, he made a terrible mistake and, you know, somebody no longer is alive because of it. But we shouldn't, you know, hang that upon his head for the rest of his life because if anything, it's already going to be in his mind. So, like, that's the guilt he got to live with for the rest of his life. So, why would we add on to that? I feel like the people in this, not only this country, but this world, they see somebody do an act that is be like vehemently against their morals and they just want them wiped off the face of the earth. And well, sorry, it doesn't work that way. So if it did work that way, there wouldn't be another racist on earth. Now would it? So uh, we we can't, you know, sit here and be like, you know, Henry Ruggs was drunk driving and killed a person. Because listen, Tony Stewart killed a person sober, and we forgave him. So, like, I, you know, make that make sense. But like how we can't, you know, wish the worst upon Michael Vick after, you know, what he did, because since then he's been doing nothing but advocating for uh, animal humanity. So, what more do you want from the dude? You want him wiped off the face of the fucking earth. That's what you want. And it doesn't work that way. So, build a bridge and get the fuck over it. All right. Now, that being said, he going to most likely see jail time. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, he's still young. If he doesn't get like the book thrown at him, and you know he can be out by the time he's like in his late 20s, again, hey, there's a chance Dallas may be knocking at his door. So it, if there is a chance like that, look for a redemption story. With that, it's like uh I don't foresee it happening, but if there has been cases where a situation like this has happened and players have gotten a second chance in the league. It was cuz name that accidentally killed his friend in a drunk drive accident, and then he wound up back in like Dallas or something like that. Y'all remember
Yeah,
that?
I think that's Alden Smith. I might be wrong.
Yeah, might be wrong, but you might be close too. So,
Yeah.
uh, but nevertheless,
The him of
so
Greg Hardy or something like no, Greg Hardy was the next guy.
Greg Hardy, there it is. Yeah.
Anyways,
So it's like I can't be like, it happens. My thing is when God calls you home, God calls you home. There's no like uh God doesn't make mistakes. So it was that young lady's time. Unfortunately, it was in such a terrible fashion, but um it, it it was time for her to come home at the time. And it's selfish for us to look at it like, that's not the case, or what about the rest of her family back on Earth, yada yada, what have you. I get it. I understand. Like, you're going to be sore about it. This is a situation where if you're a family member of that person, you're never going to forgive him for, and that is completely understandable. I I get it. I do get it. But so I guess I'm to find that. Um, Especially if he's around and actually starts doing things contributable to what a family member he accidentally killed stand for. And it's it rough characters like all of this, that we really should be looking at. What is like else? Yeah, guys, gonna
Yeah,
chime in there?
I feel like, well, I
Any
seen that he was,
slippers? Well, now
I
I'm
think,
starting to wonder if you guys can hear me.
not, I feel like, hello? Can you hear me talking? Yeah, yeah. I seen somewhere that he's facing like up to 46 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? More of the story of if you can't afford to get back home from drinking, don't go drinking. And if you can't get back home from drinking, Uber, bro. Or call somebody that you know that's sober to come pick you up. Because you being inconvenienced is not worth someone else's life and possibly yours. Very simple.
Bottom line. Bottom line. So I also want people to uh, just hmm. Because like on the other side of that fence, like although we're like Henry Ruggs should not be looked at as the villain and need to be wiped off the face of the earth. We need to look at his character after all this. On the other side of that fence is like, what about that lady's family? And it's like my heart goes out to that family. Uh, it is absolutely tragic because she was out minding her own business, you know, and that happens. So it's absolutely sad. That's absolutely sad. Um, but hopefully there's something good that'll come out of it, or a silver lining at least. I know you're gonna refuse to believe that, probably right now, but something good will come out of it. Um, I'm not sure in what form or fashion, but I do hope that something good comes out of it and it'll leave you feeling whole again, or at least feeling less of that pain, like a dulling of that pain, if you will. So,
Yeah, my prayers go to that family. Prayers go to Henry Ruggs too.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I agree with everything said. It's just, I think you pretty much said it the best way that it could be said. Well, it's like, unfortunately, we as people, when individuals have situations like this where they go and they make a mistake, everybody wants the book thrown at those people. But then when it's them in that situation, they want people to show empathy. And I'm like, that's not how life works. It's either you want everybody to be shown empathy or no one. There's no in between. And that's what I'm reminded of every time I see one of these situations. Like, it's sad all around because it's unfortunate that that situation happened and it's unfortunate that a life was lost. But we also have to remember to the best of our ability as humans, be compassionate at all times, even when we're in a situation like the family of the young lady that passed. Like, you feel how you feel, you're hurt, you've lost somebody, but that still doesn't necessarily give you the right to be less than a human to people, which I think we kind of take advantage of at times as humans. Like, we're like, oh, you wronged me or you did this, so I now get to act like less of a human to you or treat you like less of a human. And that's never okay. It's never the right thing to do. So I just think this is one of those situations where we're able to just look at ourselves and reflect on ourselves and be like, well, I'm not perfect. So I can't expect anybody else to be perfect
exactly.
and go from there.
It's like I'll see people on Twitter, just have the nasty, take on it. Like, man, he should be, he should get the death penalty and stuff. It's like, your man's did not mass shoot an entire church, and the jury's still out on that case somehow, some way. So we're fucking lax. All right. Um. However, it, again, it's like if you, well, like Silver said, it's a matter of compassion. This is one of these teaching moments where it's a test of your compassion. Like, how do you really feel about people making mistakes in general? And boy, did they demolish Dallas. And when you get to the nitty gritty of things, people just be on their high horses. Like, they say they want somebody that just committed a drunk driving accident, committed death penalty, and they act like they haven't done anything. They haven't committed a like rule break of any sort. Like, they're fucking Boy Scouts all their lives, and it's like, get a fucking grip, bro. Also, if you are one of those people, legitimately, fucking live a little. Like, come on. Like, we weren't. I hate the fact that I'm about to get biblical here, but it's also a Sunday, so I guess it's fine.
Hmm.
Adam and Eve didn't get fucking kicked out of the Garden of Eden for you to be fucking upright, good citizen in every waking moment of your life. Break some rules. I can assure you, it's fine sometimes.
How you just gonna tell people to live immoral? You're not Jesus.
I'm not Jesus. I never said to be either. So there's
You
that.
literally just did. You
You
said
literally
live a
just
little,
said, yeah,
break
don't
all the rules.
break all the rules.
I didn't
How
say
you gonna tell
break all the
somebody?
rules. I said break a couple.
Well, the
That's
one
the
Alright?
rule
same
they
thing.
broke sent the one rule they broke sent the world into calamity. You just told
Right.
people to be Adam and Eve.
Well, this is why we're born into sin anyway. Fuck you. You might as well enjoy the ride. In it?
And that's the reason why you have Henry Ruggs situation. That line of thinking.
Yeah.
Come
It's
on.
literally
Come
that
on.
line of thinking. No, there
Come
is no come on.
on. No, don't turn this back on me.
I'm not
He
turning
did
it
it.
back on you. I'm turning it on
No.
the
Y'all know
world.
that's
This
not
is
what I
what I'm saying.
mean.
No,
Come
I do
on.
understand what you mean, which is why I'm saying it this way.
Mhm.
This is the reason why these situations happen. If everybody took care of them and left everybody else alone, we'd be in a much better place. But we don't. Everybody want to control everybody. Oh, you get mad at somebody because they want to live that way. That ain't got nothing to do with you, Slim. You worry about you. You show love. That's literally what all we supposed to do. Just show love. That's it.
That's
We
it.
ain't supposed to do nothing else.
Well, right? People, in certain situations, people will worry about themselves without showing love.
Which is still a problem. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but I just wanted to point it. I just wanted to point that out too. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
get it. I'm not saying that just because you say to yourself that you're still not a person that needs to change or grow. We all need to grow and change. That's why we alive.
Correct.
Absolutely.
That's basically what I'm saying. No one is above reproach. All of us are terrible. Just like I commented on your post the other day. Plot twist. Everybody's bad. We're all bad.
Everyone's bad. No
Once
one's
everybody
good.
realizes that, the world will be a much better place. Because then we'd stop judging everybody else. Be like, oh man, well he did this, so I'm not as bad as that. No, it don't matter. You're bad. I'm
Listen,
bad. Everybody's bad.
my thing is, right, I am very, very much aware that I am not a good person. I'm not a good person at all. But the thing is that I try to be, right? And that's a quality that is starting to become a lost art. People don't really try to be good people anymore. And the I don't give a fuck era is starting to become a bit of a detriment. But we'll get into that later in the show.
Mhm.
So, but nevertheless, uh, don't turn this on me. Like, I just I want people to have some fun, and when I say some fun, I mean literally just that. Live a little. You know what I'm saying? Don't do too much. God damn it! Like I'm not asking you or telling you to do too much. I'm telling you to just
But having
feel
fun
alive.
doesn't mean you gotta break the rules.
No.
Just
I
have
mean,
fun.
you can
Again,
have
you're
fun without breaking rules, sure, but let me tell you something about that rule breaking fun. Oh boy, you haven't lived until.
but
But
again,
don't,
that's what I'm
but
getting you to
don't drive
agree.
159 miles per hour while drunk. Come on,
This is
like
why
that's doing
no,
too much. Find a
it's
balance.
not. No, this is what I
He
keep
said
trying to
no.
explain to you. This is your problem, along with the rest of the world.
All of
There's
our
no
problems.
such, this is all of our problems. There's no such thing as a little bad or a little rule break. It's all a rule break. It's all something that we probably shouldn't do. And that
Mhm.
any moment, any of those things can lead to somebody else getting in trouble or somebody else's life getting lost. That is the whole point of this conversation. And no matter how big or small our quote unquote infraction is, somebody else's life could be at stake. So just do what you're supposed to do the first time. You can still have fun if you just do what you're supposed to do. Everybody can have fun and nobody will have any repercussions. That's what's wrong with the world. Literally
All right.
speaking.
Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out.
You're not going to change your mind. I can tell you that right now.
I just want to ask one question, and then I'll just leave it alone. Right?
Ask your question.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Is there anything wrong with committing victimless crimes?
Say that one more time. You were going in and out.
Is there anything wrong with committing victimless crimes?
It's a crime.
But no one is being victimized here. It's not a detriment to anyone in
It's
society.
always a detriment.
There's no such
There's
thing as a
always there's
victimless
no such
crime.
exactly. There's no such thing as that.
How is me
Because
walking
within
across the street with no cars around, even though there's no crosswalk, a detriment to my life? There's no cars around.
that's your life. But this, bruh, this is the point that I'm trying to make here, and I don't think you're getting.
Anything that can put your life in danger makes you the victim.
Not even that. I'm looking at it at a larger scale than that. You thinking that it's a victimless crime will keep you doing it until it eventually becomes a crime where there's a victim.
See Henry Ruggs.
Exactly. It's a buildup, which is what we don't understand. That's the problem. It's not that the first time is necessarily bad, because usually it might not be.
It's
Maybe
the
the second
continuation.
time. It's the continuation of it. You get desensitized to it, which is also what's wrong with us. We're desensitized to a lot of foolishness.
But that's another conversation.
But exactly. It's a whole nother conversation for a
That's a
different
fair
time.
point.
That's why I said you're not going to change my mind, because I'm not arguing with the fact that the one small infraction is not necessarily a big deal in that moment. I agree with you. In that moment, it's not a big deal. What I'm saying is it's never just that one moment. We're human.
It builds
Right.
up.
Exactly. We're going to keep doing it because we're human. It's always going to build up. That's literally how we're designed. We're bad people. That's why I keep saying it. All of us are bad. And eventually we're going to get it to the point where it's bad, because us, it's our fault.
Like a status that I posted yesterday, people are never satisfied.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I don't want to live a life where I want to be a good Boy Scout all the time in order to avoid buildup. I also don't want people to judge me for it. I also don't want people to act like they don't do it either. So I just
And you
want
know what?
everybody to be honest about it, be real about it.
And you know what that is? Not being satisfied.
Literally, you just explained our point.
You just explained not being satisfied. You can't have it everywhere you want.
It's not how
I
life
can't
works.
get no. I can't get no satisfaction. All right. I think albeit the fact that you guys dropped a lot of knowledge here. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I say, what you gonna say? I'm intrigued.
I kind of got nothing. We got differing takes on this. Well, in the macro, not in the micro. Like as far as this situation goes, we agree upon it, but you know, the general portion of it, I'm a hedonist, so
No, you just no, you just
whether it's legal or not.
no, you're just a human.
Whatever you say so. However, let's go ahead and get started on this pre-show. Let's end this pre-show before 420 and let's get started on the regular show.
Yeah.